All right, welcome back, students. This is the second skinning video, the third video overall on the cat dissection after the intro and the other skin. So what I've done is I have skinned what will be the cat's right-hand side, and I'm towards the back, and I wanted to show you that technique. So I've gone around the paw here, and I've gone around the paw in the back, the hind limb. So with that, again, I'm going to move down the back, and I want to be careful as I do this. Okay, I flip the cat back over here. Okay, we have fat tissue here. Oops. We have fat tissue here. Okay, and then we have muscle tissue as well. And then we have the connective tissue that's holding the hide on. So again, what we're going to do is remove that. And again, at this point, I'm predominantly using my hands. But when we do so, we want to be careful on the cat to move around the tail and leave that. You're not going to skin the tail because that would lead to possibly pulling the rectum out and getting fecal material everywhere. So I'm going to go around here on the back and then go around that paw, okay? And then I'm going to loosen all the way up and go around this paw. So again, my goal is to preserve as much of the skin as one giant piece that I can use that to cover and protect the cat's skin, okay, from drying out, and then muscle tissue. So again, I'm here on the back. I've got the cat on its ventral side, dorsal side up. So I'm just going to lift the skin, okay, sideways so you can see it, and then I'll work. And again, what I'm working to do is to push the connective tissue out of the way, okay, working to do that. So I'm going to flip the cat, again, on ventral side so that I can work to do that, okay. And this, again, would be something you could do as a two-person job, okay. And then predominantly what's happening here is I am getting my hands underneath and loosening the skin, okay, you can see here from there. And I'm going to leave this, again, as a cut pattern here in just a few minutes. And you're going to really end up making something, one of Mr. Boyd's worst and most horrible jokes that we will get to here in a few minutes. So again, I'm working to disconnect the hide by pushing away the connective tissue, moving into the legs, okay? And here, oops, I've gone over top of my scissors, okay? Here, I'm going to cut around, so preserving here, okay, lifting skin so as to not cut the underlying tissues. Okay. So again, I'm going like that, and then I'll go down just similar to try and match that side over here, go down into the leg. Again, I'm pulling the hide up because I've disconnected it all the way down, and I'll work on that leg. I'm going to fold that hide over there. And if I've got the one leg exposed, okay, this one leg exposed, if we get into the leg muscles, that's good. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to shorten up the place where I do on this side, because what I'm going to do is keep that leg intact just in case I need a backup one, if you will. So I need to flip the cat over to get back to the other side of the leg, okay, and move across because I haven't got there into the abdomen. So I need to move the cat here so I can get to that. And I'm going to cut away some of that connective tissue, okay, and the skin. And again, thumb is really good, fingers are good, and I ripped, and that's okay. It ripped, and it'll be all right. My main goal right now is I want to preserve the reproductive region and the anus. I don't want to pull that out and get the fecal material everywhere, because then I got to clean it all up and not be exposed to it. So then again, I'm here, okay. And once I get in there and get into the abdomen, this fat pouch area, okay, that's in here. Now at this point, I can just kind of push down with my hands, pull up. And again, that's just fat material coming loose there. Okay. All right, I'm going to cut across here and leave this area here undissected down below, again, to preserve the reproductive regions. Okay. Again, pull, fat tissue is fine. Again, as we go, see how easy it is now on this side since I'd already loosened it up from the back and loosened it up a little bit there. You can see here in the arm, okay, disconnecting that, keeping that intact. Go here to the back. Again, push down. Now again, the back muscles are fairly thin, so I want to be careful as I start to look at them and try and preserve not pulling them off. And again, I can see here some striations that show me where the back muscles are. Okay, so now I'm going to lay the cat, again, ventral side down, dorsal side up, and work on getting this pelt, this skin, up into the neck. And again, fat, just pull it down. Okay, what I'm basically doing is I'm pulling and checking and just pushing down as I go into here, into the neck. Okay. And then I'm going to start to connect. Okay. You do need to get a large portion of the skin up here is about where you want to go to the base of the head, because if you don't, then when you start to do the muscles of the shoulder and back, you won't be able to trace them as well because they insert into the neck, into the skull, so that will be part of that. So as we begin to pull here, my goal is to pull this and connect with my fingers through this connective tissue. Those of you who can't see, okay, if you can't, you can tell that this is a struggle physically to pull this. It's tough. Okay. Now with this, because of the way this is right now, I'm actually going to take my scalpel, because of where I'm at, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to cut into the skin because I can't see to get my scissors in there. There we go. And again, in a perfect world, we might have made a coat for the kitty, but we didn't make a coat. So what we have actually made is a cape. So we have Super Kitty with Super Kitty's cape. So we have completely removed the skin from the majority of the regions we need. All I got to do now is continue to go around and actually remove said quote cape from the cat, keeping the neck intact here. And you can see, okay, as I'm pulling on that, my goal is to be up into the head a little bit here so I can avoid having to do later. And then I'm simply going to cut around and connect the dots, so to speak. And the pelt, the skin, is completely removed from the cat, saved for later. So if you were here in class, this would probably be at the end of a day before you would be able to go on to the next thing, just because of the amount of time for the next one. And then you keep that pelt to be able to have it to put on the cat to keep it from drying out. So we'll wrap that cat up in terms of that. So that's the end of this portion. Next video will be getting rid of fat and teasing out muscles.